I am Eric Ream with Automated Energy, and we are here to talk about metering. Should be in the metering stage or close to the metering stage or ready to talk about the metering stage. And this is the stage where we are going to talk about adding meters into your program as you get customers that want to get into the program. As always, the first place to start is our welcome packet. If you look at the email that we sent you, there should be a welcome packet link under the Getting Started tab up here. You click that welcome packet link, and that brings you to your welcome packet. Now again, we will start at the checklist. By now, you should have identified target customers that will most likely use the service, taken some information or exposed the service through the brochures that we gave you or through individual contact or however you wanted to do that, but letting those block of customers know that the service is available. You should have or in the process of identifying those customers that want to see the program and get more information on it and setting up demonstrations, whether it be the group presentations we've discussed earlier, the one-on-one presentations, or the webinars. Hopefully by this time, you either are in the process or getting close to the follow-up part of it. The follow-up piece is where we really start talking about metering. Now, one note or one thing I'd like to mention is that you want to bring in your metering department or your metering personnel as soon as possible in this process. And once you get your metering personnel involved, whether it be now or any time within this process, the first thing you want to do is make sure you get them in contact with the representative in Automated Energy that handles our metering. Now, in our welcome packet, you could hit our Automated Energy representative link here, or up at the top, you can go to the contacts page. And that brings you to our matrix here that shows you with each stage which contact you will talk with or coordinate with when it comes to whatever stage you're in. Right now we're talking about metering. If you look at our metering star here, that shows you that your contact is Paul Jarvis with his phone number and his email. Paul Jarvis will be the person that you will want to coordinate or hook him up with whoever is going to be handling the metering on your side of the coin within your utility. Okay, so the things that we're going to be discussing when we talk to your metering folks is we want to make sure that as we identify the customers and we want to get customers going, the first thing we want to do is make sure that the meters you have out there are the ones that we can currently read in their current state. If you want to find out what meters we are currently reading or look at our approved meter list, you can go onto our library tab or hit our approved meters link, which is in the embedded within the checklist here, under developing a metering and communication solution. You hit that approved meters link, and it takes you and gives you a comprehensive list of all the current meter companies and vendors that we are working with throughout the country to provide our services and goods to other utilities and use customers throughout the country. Now, don't be alarmed if your current metering solution that you have out there is not listed in here. That does not necessarily mean we cannot read those meters. It just means we're currently not reading those somewhere in some form in different parts of the country. That's why it's important for us to get involved with your metering guys as soon as possible so we can just talk about solutions and to make sure that we can be as effective as possible as we move forward in this process. Now, some of the basic requirements we're going to need, and you'll mention this to your metering folks when they start discussing metering with you, is number one, we need to make sure that any meter that we are going to present data on needs to be an interval data recorder, an IDR meter, with mass storage and some form of communications to that meter so we can interrogate the meters properly so we can present the data. Now, there's 4 different types of communications in which we can use to present the data properly. The first 3 are listed right here: an analog phone line that doesn't have to be dedicated, a cell phone, or Ethernet connection. Now, traditionally, these 3 meter solutions are provided usually by your end-use customers to your meter. Your only responsibility in this portion of it is to make sure that your meters can accept those communication methods. Typically, this means if you're not currently remotely reading those meters, that you're probably going to have to upgrade those meters to some degree to accept those communications. Now, those will come from your end-use customers if you decide to go that route. If you have advanced metering infrastructure in place at your utility, then we simply just work with you to make sure that we can have that data that you're collecting, however you're currently collecting it through your AMI solution, and have that data pushed to us in a mutually agreeable format. Okay, once we've made sure all those metering things are out of the way, and we've identified the communications and we can properly read the meters, you've identified some customers that are ready to get in the program, all we need to do now, and after you've had your communications run to the meters, we just need to have the meter setup forms sent over to us with all the information we need to make sure we can properly access the meters. This is done through our meter setup forms. All you need to do is click on this link, and there's two types of setup forms. Or if you're using data recorders or Acculite meters behind your revenue meters, then we'll need to set up this. If we're just going to read directly to your revenue meters, then this is the meter setup form you will use. All you need to do is open up this PDF form, and then take this PDF that's opening up, and you can print it out. You can email it. You can physically type in the information, however you want to do that, and then email that to your metering supervisor, your metering personnel, to make sure that they have that information. They can fill it out, and then fax that or email back that back to Paul Jarvis, who is our metering supervisor, our metering guy on Automated Energy side. Okay. Here is the meter setup form. Again, you can save this, print this out, email this, however you want to do this. Just make sure it gets in the hands of your metering folks, have them fill out this information, and then get this back to Paul Jarvis either through fax or email. All right, once that's done, what will happen is Paul Jarvis will make sure that we can ping the meters correctly, that we can download the information. Then we'll take that information and make sure it's presented to you so you can verify it to make sure the information is correct. And then once that's done, we'll go to the next step. Congratulations for being in the metering stage. We look forward to working through this process with you and getting to the next step. Thank you.